can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by Thomas Cathy. We are reacting to strong rumours that Derek Chisora will now face Jarrell Big Baby Miller on December the 13th, less than 8 weeks away. After weeks of speculation, it was going to fight Zhilei Zhang. But yeah, look, Thomas, looks like we are close to finally having an opponent announced for what is supposed to be Derek Chisora's 50th and final fight. Not official yet, but give me your reaction to this fight being strongly rumored, please.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's if Chisora is going to fight on, I think it's a fight that actually makes sense. And I think the reason for that is, I don't really know how good, Big Baby Miller actually is. I've never really rated him too high in the first place, especially now, since he's older and you know, he's not really, on the juice anymore. I think he's obviously not going to be as good. And I think that he's at that level where Chisora has just enough in the tank. I don't know how much he has left, but I do think he has maybe just enough to at least, if not beat Big Baby Miller, then be competitive with him. So I think it's a matchup that actually makes sense.
Yeah, look, Chisora, look, he's been on a bit of a run kind of recently. I think he was in a fight against Joe Joyce last year, which I think he was the slight underdog in. Won that fight, knocked Joe Joyce down along the way. Beat Gerald Washington before that in a fight that was kind of seen as a 50-50. And then Otto Wallin, a fight that he was kind of an even bigger underdog in, and won that fight kind of quite easy, comfortably, I would say, when a lot of people, including myself, thought that Otto Wallin was going to win that fight. What are your thoughts on um the fight that we thought we were going to see instead, Thomas? There were heavy rumors that we were going to see Derek Chisora against Zhilei Zhang. Stories are that Chisora has turned down that fight. We don't know if the fight can be made because of money or there were demands from Zhang's side. We're not we're not so sure. But give me your react. Like, what would your thoughts been if that fight was official and said? Is it a good thing for Chisora that that fight's not happening?
Yeah, I really do think it is a good thing. I think it's better for him to fight guys like Jarrell Miller, who I think are, you know, just far away enough from the top of the division for Chisora to be competitive against and possibly beat. I just think him going up against one of the top contenders like a Zhilei Zhang would just be too much for him at this point. I think he's just about, if this upcoming fight won't be his last fight, it's going to be one of his last fights. So yeah, I just think it's probably best for him to steer away from Zhang.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think Chisora has faced someone with the power of Zhang for a long time. I'm a big fat fan of Zhang personally. I think he's in entertaining fights. I think that would have been an entertaining fight because Zhang has this kind of dreadful gas tank, and Chisora just seems to kind of survive his last few fights and seems to kind of look exhausted, but then still kind of has something left and comes back and wins rounds. Whereas Zhang kind of, I would say he's got 4 or 5 rounds in him nowadays, and then after that he's kind of there for the taking, really, if you can get to that part of the fight. Um, Going back to Jarrell Miller, Thomas, how kind of when it comes to other American heavyweights, how highly do you rate him? Because he's been out of the ring for over a year now. The last time he fought was against Andy Ruiz. A lot of people thought he won that fight, but it was given a draw. You've also got Jared Anderson. I'm not sure what's happening with him next. Deontay Wilder. Not sure what's happening with him next. I mean, you're going to have to defend your people here a bit, Thomas. Give us your thoughts on the current landscape.
It's tough now that you mention it. Yeah, I think that the heavyweight division, like as loaded as it is really absent of like real strong American talent. At like fighting at this level, Jarrell Miller right now might be like the highest rated. I definitely think uh, he has. I think it's debated whether him or the other big baby, Jared Anderson, or like how much they have left. But I think that, at least Miller is fighting at a higher level right now, so I think he might be the highest rated. And it just goes to show just how weak the heavyweight landscape is in the US.
Yeah, look, it just feels like those days when you guys were kind of leading the division, whether it be with a Mike Tyson or a Evander Holyfield. We all know those days were a long time ago, but they feel even longer ago when you kind of compare that to some of the fighters that are in that division now. But we'll see. We'll see. Like, as I said, fight not official, not official yet. But it looks like it's leaning towards that way with the date of December 13th, not too far away. Final question, Thomas. Do you think what do you think happens? Jarrell Miller, he's also been inactive. He was supposed to fight Fabio Wardy in June, wasn't he? Pulled out of that fight due to being injured. He's up against a Chisora who's won his last couple of fights. Who do you think is going to win on December 13th if this fight does take place?
I'll go with Chisora. I think he
Yeah.
just against, especially the level of fighter of Jarrell Miller, I think he has enough left to beat. Um, and I think he's gonna put on another show like he did against like Wallin
Mhm.
and Joe Joyce. Or maybe Miller has some success and beats him up in like the first like parts or middle part of the fight. But I think eventually like he'll just find a way to pull it out and win. So yeah, I think as of right now, I'd lean towards Derek Chisora to win.
Fantastic. We shall see. All right. Well, I think it has the potential to be an entertaining fight, but we'll see what happens. Thomas, thank you very much for your time as always. I'll speak to you again soon.
Likewise, thank you.